When buying a new SUV, the last thing you want is a ride plagued with engine troubles. But with so many options, how do you avoid the lemons? It is surely not an easy job, but we took the hassle for you. We've done the homework and made a list of new SUVs already making the wrong noise with engine issues. Before you sign on the dotted line, take a moment to read our guide. It could save you from the headache of costly repairs and endless trips to the mechanic. Stay informed and steer clear of these problematic SUVs. 1. First up, we have the Chevrolet Traverse. This vehicle is as weird as its name. The 2021 Chevrolet Traverse is a big SUV that many families like. It has lots of room inside and is usually excellent to drive. But some people who bought it have needed help with the engine. The engine is the part that makes the car go. In the Traverse, it's supposed to be solid and reliable because it's a V6, which is a kind of powerful engine. But in some of these SUVs, the engine has suddenly stopped working while driving. This is scary, especially on fast roads like highways. It can also be dangerous because it could cause a crash. When the engine stops like this, the car needs to be checked by a mechanic. They use special tools to find out what's wrong. So, even though the Traverse is a good car for families, it's important to know that some of them have had this engine problem. It's a good idea to make sure the vehicle has a warranty that will fix these kinds of issues without you having to pay. 2. Next up, we got a vehicle nobody expected to be on this list, the 2023 Ford Explorer. Ford Explorer is a great overall vehicle, minus its engine problems. The 2023 model of the Explorer has had some problems under the hood. Drivers have heard strange noises from the engine compartment and their mechanics couldn't find out the cause. The engine is the part of the car that makes it move. When there are weird noises, it could mean there's a big problem. Sometimes, the car also shows a light that says, "Check engine." This light means the car needs to be looked at because something is not right. The Explorer has different kinds of engines. Some have a turbocharger, which makes the car go faster. This turbocharger is part of the EcoBoost engines, like the 2. 3 Li4 EcoBoost or the 3. 0 LV6 EcoBoost. But these parts have had some issues. Other parts, like the timing chain, which keeps the engine running smoothly, and the fuel system, which gives the engine gas to run, have also had problems. If these parts don't work right, the car might not drive well or even stop working completely. Fixing these engine problems can be hard. Cars today have very advanced engines with lots of parts. So, if something goes wrong, it can take a long time to fix it. This means the Explorer might have to stay in the garage for a while. 3. At the next spot, the 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee somehow makes our list due to the common engine problems its owners are facing. This SUV is known for being a strong car that can handle tough roads and off-road adventures. However, this model has needed some help with the parts that control the car's electronics. These parts are essential because they manage things like how the car stays stable on slippery roads and how it adjusts for different kinds of ground, like when you're driving over rocks or through mud. The Grand Cherokee has different engines like the 3, 6 LV6 with about 293 horsepower or the more powerful 5, 7 LV8 with about 357 horsepower. These engines are supposed to be strong and keep the car moving smoothly. But if the electronic parts, called ECUs, don't work right, they can cause problems. The engine might shake a bit when the car is stopped, or it might not give you the power you expect when trying to speed up. Some drivers have even had times when their car wouldn't start. For people who own a Grand Cherokee, it's good to know about these issues. It's also good to have a warranty, like a promise that the car company will fix these problems without charging you more. 4. Coming up next, the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder amazed us with the news of its engine failures. Coming up from the most reliable SUVs maker Nissan, this vehicle was a surprise. This SUV has been around for a while, and Nissan wanted to improve it, but they did the reverse. They changed it pretty much, but there was one big thing they didn't change much: the CVT, an automatic gearbox that the car uses to change speed smoothly without the driver feeling it. This CVT is supposed to help the car use less gas and give a comfy ride without the jerky feeling you get with regular gear changes. But CVTs in Nissans, including the Pathfinder, have had some problems before. Drivers noticed that sometimes the car didn't respond when they pushed the gas pedal, and it didn't have enough power, especially when they needed to go fast, like on the highway. These issues can be annoying and make driving feel less safe. Even though the 2021 Pathfinder was supposed to improve, some people were still worried. They remembered the older Pathfinders who had trouble and thought the new one might have the same problems. Nissan said they made improvements, but when you're buying a new car, you want to be sure it's going to work well and not give you trouble, especially with something as important as the gearbox that controls the power of the engine. 5. Coming up next, the 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe came out with some exciting updates under the hood, but little did the buyers know what they were getting into. This turbo engine was meant to make the Santa Fe go faster and use less fuel, which sounds great for drivers who want a strong but efficient SUV. But after the car hit the road, a few drivers started hearing a knocking sound from the engine. This knocking noise is usually a bad sign. It means that the fuel inside the engine isn't burning the way it should. If it keeps happening, it can damage the engine so much that it stops working. That's a big problem because fixing or replacing an engine can cost much money. This knocking issue in Santa Fe worried people who bought the SUV, hoping for a reliable ride. Hyundai is known for making good cars, so hearing about engines possibly failing surprises drivers and can make them think twice about how dependable their vehicle is. Even though it wasn't happening in every single Santa Fe, it was still important for Hyundai to look into the problem and help the affected owners. After all, when you buy a new car, you expect it to run smoothly, without any scary noises or big repair bills. 6. At number 6, we got a bittersweet SUV from Audi, the 2023 Q5. The Audi Q5, particularly the 2023 model, has faced some criticism for its engine problems. Despite this, the 2023 Q5 encounters some hiccups. A few owners reported problems with parts of the engine not working right. These weren't common issues, but for those who experienced them, it was a cause for concern. Audi's engines are known for their advanced technology, which makes them powerful and efficient. But with complexity comes the potential for things to go wrong. Even a small part failing in the engine can start a chain of problems. That's why it's so important to fix even the smallest issue quickly. For Audi, any problem that comes up is a big deal. They take these engine complaints seriously. When an Audi owner reports a problem, the company looks into it carefully. They check to see if it's just a one-time thing or an issue that could happen in other cars too. Audi works hard to keep their reputation for cars that are both luxurious and reliable. They know that people choose their cars expecting the best, and they want to make sure they live up to that expectation, even when there's a small bump in the road. 7. Coming towards the end, let's talk about how the 2023 BMW X5 set a high standard for what a luxury SUV can be, and later disappointed everybody. This vehicle was known for being powerful, comfortable, reliable, and full of the latest tech. But not anymore. But no car is perfect. And the 2023 X5 had a few small issues with the engine that some drivers noticed. There were times when sensors, like the car's senses, didn't work right. These sensors are supposed to tell the computer in the car about what's happening inside the engine. If they give the wrong information, the engine might not run as smoothly as it should. Some drivers also felt the engine could have been doing better. It felt a bit off when they were driving. These issues weren't big, and they didn't mean the X5 was a bad car. But when you buy a BMW, you expect everything to be perfect, because it's a luxury brand. Even though these engine problems were just minor glitches, they mattered to the people who drove the X5 daily. BMW owners look forward to a driving experience that's both luxurious and reliable. So, BMW takes any complaints seriously, even if it's just a few cars having trouble. They want to ensure that all their vehicles meet the high standards they're known for. Selecting a new SUV requires caution. Engine reliability is key. Our guide identifies models with reported engine issues, helping you avoid costly repairs and inconvenience. Read up, make an informed choice, and ensure your new ride is as dependable as it is desirable. Drive with confidence, not concern.